Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of One Time for the Fan. I'm your host, Jack Spade. You know, we live, we lit every Wednesday, every Sunday, 8 o'clock p.m., right here on YouTube, right here on Facebook. One Time for the Fan. It's been an interesting week. We have a lot to talk about here on the One Time for the Fan Falcons Sunday show. We're going to have Mr. Lee Thomas from the Tailgate Party Committee. He's going to be joining us as well. Got my mouse over here working. Okay, got the mouse working. Yeah, man, a lot going on. Hope everybody's enjoying their Memorial Day weekend. Get your cookout on, get your drink on, do whatever it is that you do, and enjoy it, everybody. But NBA playoffs, everybody get ready to get started soon. Miami Heat, Boston Celtics, Game 7. It's going to be a lot to discuss here tonight with the One Time for the Fan show. But if anybody's tuning in and watching the game tonight, please give us an update. I'm going to go ahead and switch network. One second, everybody. Y'all there? We back? We good? All right, let's get ready to talk some Falcons football. But yeah, NBA Eastern Conference Finals tonight. Boston, Miami. I really don't care who wins because it ain't the Hawks. So Boston probably can pull this one out. Miami got some pretty good defense, but I know they got some injuries that's going on within the team. But we'll find out later tonight who's going to win this game, who's going to go on to get beat by Golden State, because Golden State's pretty much going to win this shit. So it makes no difference who wins tonight if you can't beat Golden State. Don't matter. But yeah, Atlanta Falcons, man, we got a lot going on with them. They've been busy this week. Shout out to everybody who's viewing. Shout out to everybody who's joining in from the chat. Shout out to everybody who's joining in on the stream. Shout out to Carlo PSN in the chat. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. One Time for the Fan. Quick update from the Carlo Jimenez show. And I want to give a shout out to Carlo too as well. I don't know if he's going to be tuning in tonight or if he's going to be watching this later. But Carlo was just recognized. He was on the show Wednesday. We did the Drake London rookie report. Carlo said Golden State, baby. Hey, Carlo, you're a West Coast kid. Congratulations early on another championship, because I feel like nobody's probably going to beat Golden State unless it's the Hawks. And the Hawks can barely beat themselves right now. So, well, we'll find out what's going on with the NBA playoffs, like I said. But shout out to Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, he was on the show Wednesday night. We had the Drake London rookie report. Also, I don't know if there's going to be any Bodie 3000. I think Bodie might be back on Wednesday. And I don't know if Dez Dollars or Boo Man Shot is pulling up. But Carlo Jimenez, he's a broadcaster for Pac-12 Network. He was in here talking about Drake London on Wednesday. The show's on YouTube, show's on the Facebook page as well. He was awarded the Jim Nantz Award All-American for broadcasting. And that's big for Carlo. So shout out to Carlo on the award. First team Jim Nantz All-American Award for broadcasting, STAA All-American program. So shout out to Carlo. But he told us a lot on Wednesday about Drake London. So Falcon fans, if you want to go back and tune into that video, he attends USC. He's over KXSC Radio. He's the student director. He's also a Pac-12 network host as well. But it's a lot going on here with One Time for the Fan. It's a lot going on. And I apologize. It looked like I gotta open the front door here. Got some family pulling up. Don't know if I have to get up and go open the front door. Oh, this should be good. Yeah, one time for the fan. Falcons. A lot going on this week, but the update from Carlo Jimenez on Wednesday, Drake London, big physical receiver. He's a problem. He is going to be a problem in the NFL this season. Shout out to LaMarcus Boyd in the chat, checking in from Arizona. Phoenix in the house. Hopefully the Falcons can make it to Phoenix this year for the Super Bowl. But yeah, Carlo Jimenez, he was in here talking about Drake London. He's in here talking about how good Drake's going to be this season. He expects Drake to probably be the leading receiver in the NFC as a rookie with total yards or receptions. I think Drake can do it because looking at the NFC, there's a lot of receivers that I think Drake can outperform this season, even with a plug gap quarterback like Marcus Mariota or even a rookie quarterback like Desmond Ridder. But it was good to hear from Carlo. He's going to be back with us October, I can't remember, I think it's 13th or 14th, talking about the 49ers versus Falcons game because he's a 49ers fan. So that's going to be pretty cool to have Carlo in here talking about that. But going forward, a lot of stuff been happening with the Falcons this week. People saw the OTAs. People saw the pics and the videos. Shout out to Lee Thomas in the chat. Lee's going to be checking in here with us shortly. People saw the OTAs, the videos, you know, Kyle Pitts and Richie Grant one-on-one, Mariota throwing the dime, AJ Terrell with some breakup passes, some pretty good defense there from AJ Terrell. But, folks, it's just practice. It's just practice, folks. Iron sharpens iron, folks. It's just practice, man. Y'all calm down. I've seen a lot of people in the chat getting upset with Richie Grant for letting Kyle Pitts get the step on him. Seen a lot of people looking at Mariota like, oh, he can throw that pass. Mariota's that good of a quarterback. He can throw the ball. Yeah, Mariota can throw the ball, man. He's a decent quarterback. Give him a little bit of respect before we start bashing Mariota. But yeah, the OTA picks and videos came out. Kyle Pitts with an amazing catch, one-on-one with Richie Grant. I don't know how fans want to look at it. Iron sharpens iron, man. They're the Falcons team. That's your safety going up against the tight end one-on-one drill. Just working. It's just practice, y'all. Don't be upset. You know what I'm saying? I see folks commenting and posting their opinion about what they saw. It's just practice, man. Don't take it too serious. Don't bash Richie Grant. You know what I'm saying? Drake London working up against AJ Terrell. AJ Terrell had a nice pass deflection, had like one or two pass deflections, I think, from the videos we saw. And people like, oh, that's our rookie receiver. He's supposed to be able to catch that ball. It's just practice, man. Y'all chill out. It's just practice. But yeah, so far, you know, we talked about the update with Drake London with Carlo Jimenez, www.carlohjimenez.com if you want to hear more about him. The Falcons, OTAs, picks and videos. Nothing to worry about, folks. Training camps. Dave Ragone had made some comments about the Falcons offense this season. Dave Ragone is our offensive coordinator. He made some comments about the Falcons being much better offensively this season. He also made some comments about some of the plays that he's going to be running this season. Defenses will not be aware of it. Like, defenses will not be ready. We're going to get the jump on them. We're going to get the advantage because of some of the plays that we're going to be running is pretty much ahead of what defenses can expect. And Dave Ragone, this is what he said. I believe he was speaking with the radio station. But of course, with adding some of the new players, some of the free agents, some of the players from the draft, we've kind of expanded, got a little bit better in some positions here. The running back room is stacked. So be prepared for the running back room to be crazy this season. The wide receiver room is stacked compared to what we came from last season with Olade Zaccheaus, Christian Blake, and some of those guys right there. But as Dave Rigoni says here, we're going to see is a team that plays fast, physical. I remember those words. But Dave Rigoni, offensive coordinator, what you're going to see is a team that plays fast and physical and hard in terms of both run and pass, and hopefully makes everything look the same, says Rigoni. When a defense lines up against us, they're not sure what's coming. And when the ball is snapped, they have to react late. That goes to the advantage of the offense. That is your offensive coordinator, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Rigoni. Shout out to Chase in the chat. Shout out to LaMarcus Boyd in the chat. Shout out to Lee Thomas in the chat. Lee will be with us shortly. What's good, Chase? You ready for Friday, bro? We have a good time Friday, bro. See what Chase got to say. We always love checking in with the chat right here. Richie Grant and Hawkins will get first take at safety, looking for Grant to take a big step next season. We're all looking for Grant to take a big step next season. We drafted him in the second round. That's your franchise safety, if you want to say that. You don't draft a guy that high of a pick and then not want to play him. Am I right? Shout out to LaMarcus Boyd in the chat. LaMarcus is here. I want some sweet revenge on that San Fran game. I was at Levi Stadium last year when we fell to the 49ers. Nothing but love, Carlo. Carlo Jimenez will be with us October 16th. I got my Game of Thrones shirt. We ready too. You know when August comes around, when Game of Thrones start, we're real close. We're real close to football season once Game of Thrones House of Dragons start. So y'all be prepared for that. That's going to be crazy. Have y'all caught the Stranger Things? Have y'all been watching Stranger Things season 4? Bruh. Somebody put me on the Stranger Things recently, bro. I've been watching the season 1, season 2, and season 3, and then I caught this last season. I caught some of the episodes the other night. Crazy. Shout out to everybody who's on Stranger Things, man. I know they shoot it out here in Atlanta, too. They film it out here in Atlanta. Some of the episodes, some of the scenes. But Richie Grant. Let's get to that with Richie Grant. A lot of people have high hopes for Richie because he was a second-round safety coming from UCF. I told you guys Dez Dollars, which Dez Dollars is getting ready to check in here. Shout out to Dez Dollars in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Dollars on the stream. We're talking about Richie Grant here. We had a little update about Carlo Jimenez on Wednesday, talking about Drake London, how he's going to be a big physical wide receiver. He's going to be dynamic. The element he brings to the Falcons is something just crazy coming from USC. The numbers that he put up over there before he got injured, he's going to be able to help this offense and make them better. We also talk about what Dave Rigoni was speaking on about the offense getting better, not knowing what the defense will expect this season. And now we're talking about your boy, Richie Grant, which when we made the decision to draft Richie, you remember in the chat last year when I was talking about it, I said, Richie Grant, I thought we were going running back. I thought we needed a franchise running back. But no, they went with Richie. You like Richie Grant coming out of UCF. He was a talented player. Everybody is expecting a big player on the defense to step up. We saw what AJ Terrell can do last season. He's now matched with Casey Hayward. You're not running from AJ this season. You're not running. I don't care who's the number 1 or number 2. Last year, you can run and go to Fabian. You can run and go to Sheffield. You can run and go to Darren Hall, whoever they had over there. But this year, nah, you got Casey Hayward on the other side. You got AJ Terrell over there. But Richie Grant does. How excited are you to see Richie Grant? Is this the breakout year for Richie Grant?
Like you said, man, when Richie was drafted, I was happy because I know what he's capable of. Everybody was like, oh, Richie Grant, he's undersized, he's short and things like that. But if you think about it, most of the Hall of Fame type of safeties, Ed Reed and Earl Thomas, they weren't really tall, but they were explosive. They were ball hawks. They made plays, big hits, and they were all over the field. And that's what I see in Richie Grant. So that's why I was excited when we drafted him. And yes, I do think that we will see a breakout from him this year. He has potential to, just lead that secondary. I mean, you got Terrell on one side, Casey. You command the middle of the field. That's your secondary there, man. So
So let's get to that. So Falcon fans got to understand this. Your defense got a little bit better. Casey Hayward is paired with AJ Terrell. Both of them are, if you want to put it together, top 10 cornerbacks in the NFL. Casey Hayward, definitely 5 through 15 in the back of the pack. Personally, for me, AJ Terrell, top 5 cornerback in the NFL. So this is your defense when most teams are looking at it when they line up now. They get the players out there in the field. They're looking around. AJ Terrell, Casey Hayward. This is where Richie Grant steps in. Because there's going to be so much lockdown coming from your 1 and your 2 over here at cornerback. Richie Grant, Jalen Hawkins, hell, even Eric Harris can even get a chance to come up if they want to play single high safety and bring another safety in the box. If they want to play the run, we expect Richie to make some big tackles this season. I heard he's a power hitter. Heard all these things about Richie coming out of college. But of course, with last season, the situation that was going on with the Falcons, we didn't get the opportunity to really show what Richie Grant can do. But like Dean P said, they only use like 60% of their playbook. They only use like 60%. This year, they're going all in. And one of the players that they're going to need to be a really big player on this defense is Richie Grant. And I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about buying jerseys for Falcon players. And it's very difficult to buy a jersey for a Falcon player right now because you'll know who's staying, you'll know who's going. My boy said he's buying number throwbacks from now on until he finds out who's good. He said Grady should be good. AJ Terrell should be good. But the rest jersey, of them, you don't know what's going to happen.
Somebody said they're getting a Nicholas jersey at running back, man.
A Nicholas jersey at running back? We got to get to that, too, before Lee Thomas gets in here, because the Falcons made some moves once again. Come on, man. The running back room is crazy right now. I don't even know what to say. Cordell Patterson, Damian Williams. I think Caleb Huntley is still on the roster. Tyler Algieri. They moved Avery Williams from cornerback to running back.
Ollison.
And now Jeremy McNichols.
Did you name about 7 running backs?
Named about 50. I'm about to go play running back. I got my stuff right here. I got my gear right here. I'm about to go play running back. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat. Shout out to everybody who's in the stream. One time for the fan on YouTube. One time for the fan on Facebook. One time for the fan on Twitter. We got a lot to talk about. Hey, how you doing, wife? How you doing? Shout out to everybody who's been tuning in, who's been sharing. Share the stream. Tell your friends. Tell a Falcons fan. Jump in here. Jump in the chat. Talk in the chat. You a Falcon fan? Give us your opinion of what's going on with the Falcons so we can talk about it. We talk about it every Wednesday, every Sunday at 8 o'clock. Des Dollars is here. Bodie 3000 will be back on Wednesday. Boo Man shouted, I think he's still at work. He's worked a whole 72-hour shift. I don't know how one man can do such, but yes, he does. But going to the Falcons, making some moves this past week with Avery Williams, your cornerback, your kick returner, your punt returner, is now in your running back room. And they're hyping him up. I don't know what to expect. And Falcon fans, I'm telling y'all right now, don't be surprised when that 53 roster come out. That's why I told y'all, Des, we're not doing no roster breakdown on this show until the official 53 is coming out. I don't want to talk about some guy who's gonna get cut. No, we're gonna wait. Shout out to the Rise Up Tour in the chat. Rise Up Tour is here. The Rise Up Tour is here in the chat. Shout out to Thomas. Shout out to everybody. Denise, Joy, everybody over there. Janae, Janai, Adrian, Jennifer. Shout out to everybody over there who's making things happen with the Rise Up Tour. Melody. We're not going to break down the Falcons roster until the 53 comes out. I don't want to be in that lane of talking about a player who we have high expectations for and then he gets cut because that's a waste of a show. When the 53 comes out, we're going to break it down. But you best believe we got some situations here that we got to look at. We don't know if they're going in with 4 running backs, Diz. We don't know if they're going in with 6 wide receivers. 3 quarterbacks. If Ritter and Mariota is your 2 quarterbacks going into week 1, because they're saying that, maybe you want to bring a veteran quarterback in here to do a little competition over the summer. Maybe not. Maybe you're fine with what you have with Ritter and Mariota. Let's keep the expectations high here as Falcon fans because the season hasn't started yet. And just like my boy Eric said, everything's different on paper, man. You looking on paper at these teams, wait till they hit the field week 1. You don't know what's going to happen. Shout out to Mia in the chat.
Yeah, shout out to Mia.
Mia, we gotta get you at some Falcon games, man.
Hey man, she's gonna be at a couple of away games this year, man.
Away games? Yeah, bring out to the away games. Rise up towards your one-stop shop. Rise up towards wherever you want to go to away games, travel, Falcon fans hanging out, parties, events, meet and greets. Rise up tour, man. Halftime photos. Maybe we be tearing up these away games. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Shout out to everybody who's from Twitter. Who steps in the Deion Jones spot? That's a good goddamn question, Chase. Deion Jones, we got to talk about that before we get Lee Thomas in here. Lee, I don't know if you're paying attention right now. I don't know if you're watching it, but we're going to get you in here shortly. Deion Jones to miss off-season workouts because he had shoulder surgery. Tailgate Party Committee's here. There they go.
I got a last name. I got one last name, man.
Boy, Dez. Wait to hear about the Tailgate Party Committee, dog. Wait to hear about these parties. These pictures, these videos that we keep seeing. People keep sharing them in these Falcons groups, and they're about to hit the road this season. Shout out to LaMarcus Boy in the chat. I love these away games. Shout out to the Rise Up Tour in the chat. We got to give the regime a chance to build their team. We do have to give them a chance to build their team. And that's why I respect what the Falcons were doing. Don't forget, we were 1 game away from the playoffs last season, folks. With an offense that nobody thought can get it done. Wide receivers who couldn't barely get over 600 yards total for the season. Look at Russell Gage. Look at Christian Blake, Tajay Sharp. You wasn't expecting them to make to the playoffs, but look how we've improved, though. But going back to what Chase said, Deion Jones. Deion Jones had offseason shoulder surgery. Dez, you might have to talk about this right here. We don't know about the trade value for Deion now due to the injury, due to the step back, because he's going to miss off-season workouts. On Friday, everybody's going to be in their pads, hanging out, throwing around the football, training, practicing. Deion's in regular street clothes. So he's not going to be able to practice on Friday. He probably won't be able to practice until maybe late July going into August if the Falcons do decide to keep him. But the trade value, Dez, if you're injured, you're coming off a shoulder surgery, you can't do workouts in the summer, that would affect your trade value, wouldn't it, Des?
Definitely would affect
your trade value,
stock. Right? Nobody wants anybody that's injury prone. That's why you saw Nakobe Dean go so late in the draft because of all of his injuries and things like that. So
yeah,
definitely would affect the draft stock. But the only thing that makes me like the Deion injury is that Mr. Anderson,
yeah,
will get a lot of work in that middle, and I'm definitely ready to see that.
So going back to what Chase just said, he's talking about who's going to be able to fill the Deion Jones spot. Now, Greg Rosenthal, who is a respected NFL analyst, and we'd hope to have Greg on the show. If you're on Twitter, tag One Time for the Fan, tag Greg Rosenthal. We'd love to get him on the show. But Greg had spoke about our base 3-4 defense and about who could be the starters going forward. And right now, Deion Jones, he has at the middle linebacker with Rashard Evans. I personally think if Deion is not going to be playing, of course, we're going to be Trey Anderson or the Nick Kawakatski guy from Oakland, the big physical linebacker who's another downhill run passing. I wouldn't say he's a pass rusher. He gets after it. Some of the film that we've seen, he got after Matt Ryan a couple times.
I like him to come in on those third and short situations.
Third down situational linebacker.
Probably situations like that.
Yeah, third down situational linebacker. Nick Kowalski. Mekhi Walker is still a member of this team that definitely knows the defense very well with Arthur Smith being there. I'm not Arthur Smith, Dean Pease. But who's wearing the green cap this season? Falcon fans, we don't know. We don't know who's wearing the green cap this season. We don't know who's going to be commanding that defense. Greg Rosenthal has Grady Jarrett and Taquan Graham, Lorenzo Carter on your left, Deion Jones, Rashard Evans in the middle, Dr. Arnold Ibikiti on the right, AJ Terrell, Casey Hayward, Isaiah Oliver, Eric Harris, and Jalen Hawkins. Eric Harris and Jalen Hawkins. I know he's a veteran. I know he's played in the league a long time. He's here on a 1-year deal again. Once again, the Falcons re-signed him. But I think you go into week 1 not even playing around, Dez. You bring Richie Grant. If you want to tweak what Greg Rosenthal said and Deion Jones is not there, you put Troy Anderson in. Rashard Evans is okay. And you take Eric Harris out and you put Jalen Hawkins in. Oh, not Jalen Hawkins, Richie Grant. Richie Grant and Jalen Hawkins have to lead this defense this year.
Have to.
Jalen Hawkins was a pick that they drafted a couple years ago. Falcon fans wanted to see him. They saw him a little bit last season because of the injury situation with the safeties and how they had to work. It was tough last season, man. They tried to put a lot of people in. They tried to put him in as best as possible. Dean P said, we only use 60% of our playbook. 60%, Falcon fans. Defense should be sick. Shout out to LaMarcus Boyd. We're going to get into that once that 53 breaks down. Well, let's wait till the 53 comes out so we know who is the 53-man roster that the Falcons will be going with this season. Dean Pease, that's what he said on the pass rush. We heard the same thing when we went to Tennessee. We have no pass rush. And yet we were good third down defense, and we got a lot of pressure. We need smart guys, and we got smart guys. We're going to come from everywhere every week, so hang on. I remember Dean P saying something like that last season, and he did try a lot of cornerback blitzing, safety blitzes, middle linebacker blitzes with Deion. It was tough. Couldn't get to the quarterback sometimes, or there was a second late. But let's trust that Dean Pease has found a way to get it together a little bit better because they got some better players in there. Dez, talk to me about the defense. Are you excited about the defense this season? Outside of Richie Grant, what player are you expecting to have high expectations? Shout out to everybody who's joining in. YouTube, Facebook, One Time for the Fan, Twitter. Y'all tune in. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. We here every Wednesday, every Sunday, 8 p.m. I drink and I know things. Game of Thrones, August 20th. Dez, talk to me. How's the defense, man? We're going to get Lee Thomas in here shortly from the Tailgate Party Committee. But talk to me about the defense, man. Who do you expect to have a big season this year?
Defense is looking really good, positive. Player I want to see the most ball out this year on the defense would be Dr. Arnold.
Dr. Arnold.
We really haven't seen that pass rush presence like player on the defense in a while. Somebody that's going to get after the quarterback, cause disruption, break up, timing on passing plays, things like that, make the quarterback uncomfortable. And I really think Mr. Arnold is going to bring that to the table. Other than Mr. Arnold, I want to see Casey Hayward. He's a vet. Mm-hmm. We brought him in to, solidify secondary. Those were kind of our two top things that we were really seeking for on the defense: pass rush and help in the secondary. So, Casey Hayward, great addition. I feel like he's going to lead the way in our younger secondary as far as like Terrell, Richie Grant, Jalen Hawkins. I know he plays corner, but man, you play in that secondary, you play everywhere. Coverages, reads, everything like that, timing, everything's like that, from the wide receivers' footsteps, cadences, things like that. He's a vet, and he can bring that to the table and teaching these young defensive backs that we have, man. So, Dr. Arnold and Casey Hayward, my top two, I want to see, bring a little leadership to the defense this year.
One person people are forgetting about on this defense, Falcon fans, and he was coming to it last season before he got injured, Isaiah Oliver. Why do you think the Falcons brought him back, Falcon fans? He fits the scheme. He's going to be a person to help out on our defense. We was one game away from the playoffs last season, folks. We keep saying that shit. It's the coaching, man. Coaching plays a big part of what the Falcons did last year. A lot of plays Matt Ryan, Pitts, Patterson had to put on their back to carry the team offensively. Mike Davis ain't do it. Russell Gage didn't do it. Hayden Hurst didn't do it. Come on, Falcon fans. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. One Time for the Fan. We here every Wednesday, every Sunday. We got another great show for you guys Wednesday. We got the Falcons OTA open practice on Friday. We going live there for y'all. Hopefully we get some players, get some coaches, get some people to come by and answer some questions because it's going to be fun. We want to find out what the Falcons are doing. Normally in the past, the Falcons have hosted this event in August or late July after they do like the open practices at Flowery Branch. I don't know what's going on this season. I don't know if the Falcons are going to be able to do it this year with the open practice. If not, then it's cool. It's cool. We'll sit it out for the whole summer. Keep feeding us pics and videos. Keep feeding us information that makes us feel good about what the Falcons are going to do this season. There's dollars. We're getting ready to get Lee Thomas up in here. You ready for Friday, bro?
Hey, man, I'm excited. Got my gear ready. Just, hey, man, ready to get in that stadium, feel that football atmosphere, man. You know, after week 17, man, we've been waiting. For this time. So, excited, ready to get back into football, you know, atmosphere.
Yeah. And that's one reason why we got the podcast. We got the podcast because we like talking about the Falcons. We talk about them a lot. And a lot of people that's in the chat, a lot of people who's viewed the stream, a lot of people who likes the page, who's subscribing to the YouTube channel, One Time for the Fan. You guys are Falcon fans too. You guys like to talk about the Falcons. You guys like to hear about this stuff. You guys like to be in group chats with other Falcon fans and talk about these things. We got a lot of things going on for One Time for the Fan this season. June the 12th, we got Eric Parker. Big Falcon fan. Eric Parker. He's going to be here June the 12th. We got a couple more Falcon fans that's going to be here coming up this season on One Time for the Fan. Lee Thomas from the Tailgate Party Committee. He's set to join us here soon. The Tailgate Party Committee is a fascinating thing, my brother. And you're about to hear from it because we have the one and only Lee Thomas with the hat. Fresh gear in the building, man. Got the merch on deck, man. Tailgate Party Committee. Shout out to Lee Thomas, man. What's up, Lee?
What's going on, family?
How's everything going for you, brother?
Man, I had a long day yesterday. I'm trying to make it today.
Trying to make it to today? You enjoying your Memorial Day weekend, brother?
Yeah, man. It's cool.
Yeah, man. A lot's going on here, man. I mean, you're a Falcon fan. You see what's going on. Here at One Time for the Fan, we do these Falcon fan talks. So we bring in Falcon fans and we just try to, pick their brain on what they think is going to happen this season. Good or bad, doesn't matter because everybody has their opinion and we respect everybody's opinion here at One Time for the Fan. So I appreciate you for being on the show here, Lee.
Appreciate you so
much. Thank you so much, brother. Got a couple questions for you.
All right.
Feel like a journalist out here, man. Ask these questions, man.
Yeah, good job, man.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it real for the Falcon fans. Two shows, a week. You know what I'm saying? Every Wednesday, every Sunday. But as the season gets closer, more events where we get to be outside and be with the Falcons, it's going to open up and it's going to be much better. Like Thomas just said from the Rise Up Tour, we're taking the show on the road. We're going to be in LA. We're going to be in Seattle. We're going to be in all these stadiums, all these cities coming up. So it's going to be amazing, brother. And, of course, you'll be there, too, as well for some of these games. And we'll find out about that shortly. But just get into a question here. Seeing how the Falcons have made some moves in the offseason, from the draft to the free agents, a lot of players they picked up, the Matt Ryan situation, they now brought in Marcus Mariota. For you as a Falcon fan, Lee, what new player or players coming to the team this year are you ready to see have a big season?
You already know the quarterback position, man.
Mariota and Ridder.
Trying to see who our leader going to be, Even though, Matt Ryan has, this time here and got us to the Super Bowl or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's time for us to rebuild like everybody was saying earlier. I don't think we had enough weapons on the receiver end. This is my opinion. I mean, we had Julio, but we worked him like a dog. But due to injury and other things, he didn't have any help. So now we're regrouping, got a younger team, See what these young cats going to do on the receiver end. I know we stacked up in the running back position. Defense going to be crazy. Everybody, bro. I'm ready to see everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's good to know. I'm big on the quarterback too because I was a Matt Ryan guy. Yeah. And now that Matt Ryan's gone, like you said, he led us to the Super Bowl, the MVP, the stats, the awards, all that stuff. It sound good.
Well,
but we didn't get the ultimate goal, and you know what that is. We didn't get our Super Bowl. So we move on from Matt. And to that next question, I mean, the Falcons made the decision to move on from Matt Ryan this offseason. They decided to go with Marcus Mariota. They decided to go with Desmond Ridder from the draft. Coming from 14 years of Matt being a pocket passer, and we know what type of pocket passers with the NFL with Peyton Manning and some of the other guys that's played in that, and Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers. They're coming from a pocket passing quarterback and they're moving to 2 dual threat mobile quarterbacks. Could the Falcons benefit from this? There was a lot of situations last year, 2nd and 2, 3rd and 1. You knew Matt wasn't going to escape the pocket. He step up, but he'll get ready to throw. So tell me, can the Falcons benefit from having a dual mobile quarterback system?
The way the game is changing now and it's getting so fast.
Yes, sir.
As you can see from your Russells to your Mahomes to your new guys, Josh Allen's and all those cats, that dual quarterback is the move right now, man. Because you got to think, if you spread everybody out as far as on the receivers tip, then they cover. What's your next option?
Mm-hmm.
You got to run the ball. But if you can't run, then you stuck. There's nothing else you can do. So now we have options. That playbook opening up now. We got, a whole lot of plays we can play. What we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying with Matt, it was kind of like, we know what you're going to do. It was so dependent. It was so like, we already know predictable every time. You know what I'm saying? So I think with these dual guys, man, it's so unpredictable which way they're going to go. They're going to run, they're going to pass, they're going to quarterback sneak. Yeah. And I've never seen Matt Ryan really quarterback sneak. Or do anything, on that level. So it's going to be exciting to see these guys.
I seen him quarterback sneak a couple times, but not get it. I ain't gonna lie, he ain't my quarterback no more. I'm telling you how it is. There was some plays last year. We looked 2nd and 2, 3rd and 1. We're watching.
And it's just exciting too, man, just for the fans. I mean, even though Vic didn't get us to the promised land, but every game was sold out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm sure Ridder and Mariota can sell some tickets this season. If they do decide to bring Ridder in week 1, a lot of fans are talking. We don't know. Who is it, Mariota? Is it going to be Ridder? We don't know. The Falcons will make that decision based off of training camp, based off of the preseason. I don't mind who goes into week 1 against the Saints. Win the game.
For sure.
That's all it's about. Win the game. Speaking of winning the game, Arthur Smith, Terry Fontenot, they made it clear.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons not tanking this season. We were 1 win away from the playoffs last year. A lot of it had to do with coaching. And sometimes Cordell Patterson, Matt Ryan having to put the team on his back sometimes. They will escape a 3rd down situation and drive the ball, extend the play every now and then. That Saints game in New Orleans is one of the games where Matt and Cordell kind of put the team on their back and, beat that team. The Miami game as well, when we had to come back and win that game. The Giants game as well. So there was a couple times when, Matt and some of the other players had to help out. But coaching is a big part of what the Falcons are looking at going forward in their future. Terry Fontenot, Arthur Smith made it clear they are not tanking. Looking at the roster, Vegas predicted us to only win 5 games this season. Now, I know everybody's looking on paper because we haven't seen these guys hit the field. So I'm just going to ask your opinion now, and we can bring you back closer to when the season starts to ask if your opinion again. But do you see the Falcons improving anywhere and probably sneaking into the playoffs? The NFC is not that tough.
Hey, man.
Do they have an opportunity to sneak in? Can they get more than 5 wins, man?
A wise fan always told me win the division, right?
Yeah.
Win the division. So if win the division, we take care of these home games, we'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know the record going to be, but we win the division, bro. We're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, it wasn't Matt Ryan's fault. It wasn't the offense. A lot of times it was defense. You got to think all those games, those comeback games we lost, you can't put that on Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
So the defense got to step up tremendously and do their part and hold on to that, to that lead.
Yeah.
So a lot of games we lost was like, damn, comeback games. Like, man, Same Falcons. You know what I'm saying?
This ain't even just last year. This is over the past 4 or 5 years. Period.
Yeah.
Coming all the way back from the Super Bowl. Damn it, we let the damn team come back and beat us. Come back 25 points to beat us.
Yeah, it's a pattern for us, man. And nobody's not scared of the Falcons, bro. And I hate to say that because they know our demeanor. They know what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're gonna go out there. We're gonna put some points on the board. And then defense is gonna let us down.
Yeah.
Or Mac kind of like,
I understand. We understand. Trust me, but those days are over now. Am I right? Those days are over. The old regime is out.
Those days are definitely over.
No Calvin, no Julio, no Ricardo Allen, no Keanu Neal. That old regime that Falcons grew up on the past 10 plus years is over. You got Marcus Mariota, you got Desmond Ridder, you got Drake London, Tyler Algier at running back, Damian Byrd wide receiver. We got a bunch of players in here now. Falcon fans have to look and say, these are the guys that's going to help us get to the playoffs. It's not who we had before. It's who we have now.
I feel like we're kind of like, remember that Golden State era when they didn't have any superstars before Steph was Steph?
Yeah, the transitioning when they
I feel like we kind of, maybe I'm speaking this too much in existence, but I feel like we might surprise and shock the world, man. This young team and the speed that we got, and all these receivers and running backs. If we get a good defense, man, and go out there and knock some heads off, I think we're going to be all right. I
mean, for 4 quarters, your defense is going to have to sometimes play better than your offense. You got to get the other team off the field. Those third down series, you got to get them off the field. I understand the Falcons want us to get up on third down and get loud, but you got to get off the field. We got to see some special teams unit. We can't just go third down to first down and let the team keep driving and driving. So, the defense has to play a big part this season. But going back to the offense, some fans want Mariota to play backup. They want Ridder to start. If you are the GM or you're sitting next to Terry, you're making the call just for one day. And, of course, this is your opinion, and we respect everybody's opinion. But if Marcus has a good preseason and Ridder has a good preseason, what would you do week 1? Would you play Ridder week 1? Would you throw him to the Wolves, throw him in the NFL week 1 and get him fresh and get him ready to go? Or would you go with your more experienced quarterback with Marcus Mariota, who knows the system a little bit better? What would you do in that situation?
I would definitely probably go with the more experienced quarterback. This might sound a little crazy. I'd probably start Marcus, and then the second half, throw Ridder in there. Depends on where we at as far as score-wise. If we're winning, take him out the game, man. Let him get some reps in.
Yeah.
And then go from there. That's the only way kind of try to figure out the adjustment. Is he going to be our quarterback? Is he not? I mean, we drafted him, so obviously he's going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
Mariota, not so much, but hopefully he is. So he got the most experience. Let's go with that guy first and see what he's doing.
I'm cool with that. I'm perfectly fine. I mean, the Falcons, I trust what the organization is going to do because I'm not in the boardroom. I'm not in the coach's office. I'm not the GM, but I trust that the GM or the coach, whoever decides to say, hey, look, Ridder's our guy. Week 1, he's ready to go against the Saints. He's a rookie.
And I haven't even really followed Marcus' career like that. I mean, I know he was with Oregon. He was pretty good and all that Heisman stuff, but that don't mean nothing in the NFL. Then he went with Tennessee and then Raiders and was he with Miami or not?
No, he wasn't with Miami. He did the Tennessee thing with Arthur Smith. Okay. He's familiar with Dean Pease and some of those coaches over there. He went to Oakland. Became the backup for Derek Carr. He had a game where he kind of drove Oakland back to play against San Diego to get a win. And there was some decent plays with Darren Waller and, some of those other players that they had over there, Renfro and those guys. But now he's a Falcon, but he knows Arthur Smith's system.
Yeah.
He remembers it from Tennessee, the dual threat, mobile, running gun, wildcat, some type of formations, 4 or 5 wide receiver sets.
Man. I got to go back and study Marcus and see what he's capable of doing. I don't honestly know because I haven't followed him. He was in the AFC, so he never really played those guys that often like that. So yeah,
I mean, he's a quarterback with a little bit more experience than Ridder. So that's why I think the Falcons are going to go with him week 1. But then again, seeing these pictures and these highlights and the Falcons posting more about Ridder, a lot of fans are commenting under the post saying, what are they trying to do? What are they trying to show us? Why all these Ridder pictures and Ridder videos? Falcon fans are trying to get you excited to know that he could be our franchise quarterback. Right. They're not going to draft a quarterback next year. They had Felipe Franks last year. It didn't work out. The Matt Ryan situation, they passed on Justin Fields. They passed on Trey Lance, passed on Mac Jones. This year, they go with Desmond Ridder, who is a decent quarterback coming from Cincinnati. 3rd-round pick, and they're treating him like he's a 1st-round pick. I mean, they got him in the housing unit at the rookie minicamp with Drake London. They expect Desmond to be the future of the franchise. Mariota's here as a plug-and-play quarterback, 2-year deal. Ridder will get his opportunity, like you said. If we're winning the game, look at the scoreboard, bring him in, run some plays. Maybe on a 2nd and 2, you run a wildcat.
Yeah.
Bring him in, or you run a quick play action just to get him his little feet wet.
I know one thing, Ridder got to get in that weight room, man. That boy a little slim, man.
That's true. The college weight versus the NFL weight.
Yeah.
We hope, our strength and conditioning coaches and coordinators can get them in that weight room and get them ready, because the NFL, they'll punish you. And you got Cam Jordan week 1. So if you coming out there week 1 thinking you about to just have an easy game, it ain't the Jets or some team like that. But Lee, I respect everything you've been doing with the Tailgate Party Committee and throwing these events. I'm glad to have you on the show here. And of course, we can always bring you back closer to the season, because there's going to be so much going on. We want to know about the Tailgate Party Committee. So please, Lee, we've seen the pictures, we've seen the videos. I'm going to keep sharing it. I'm going to keep posting it. September the 11th. I got so many, as a Falcon fan, you know how it is when it comes to game day, especially home days.
Yeah.
We got so many tailgates going on. People calling us the morning of, the night before. We're trying to get there in the game. I always say this, man. The NFL needs to put Falcon games at 4:00, because we tailgate so damn hard at 1:00.
Yeah.
We don't want to go in the stadium
at all.
But I've been noticing from your videos, you guys have TVs out there. You guys have all this big major setup. Tell us.
I had a couple one time, because I do college games as well, right?
Okay.
And I think it was like when Georgia and Bama first played the national championship. And this older white couple it was like, honey, this guy was talking to his wife. He was like, honey, would you be mad if I said I didn't want to go into the game? They had like the VIP press box tickets or whatever.
Yeah.
She was like, hell no, why would I be mad when we got everything right here and it's right in front of the stadium and they got all this food and all these drinks and TV and all this stuff? She said, no, I won't be mad. So I was like, man, that spoke volume when they said that to me. I was like, man, that's crazy. These folks spent like $2,500 on tickets and then going to the game. They stayed out there with us. So I was like, okay, I think I got something here. Let me keep going and keep it reinventing the wheel with this tailgate thing.
Yes, sir. Stay consistent. So tell us about, you got a whole jam-packed list of events going on this year.
Yeah.
The one I posted on One Time for the Fan was the September the 11th Falcons versus Saints game. But looking into the background of Tailgate Party Committee, seeing what's going on behind the scenes, you guys are stacked for events coming up this year.
Yeah.
Who do you have to shout out? Tell us about the Tailgate Party Committee. Where did it start? How did it get started? What is going on in the future? How can we find out more about you? This is your platform now, bro. I'm just going to sit back, man. It's all on you.
All right. So long story short, I was living in Miami for like 4 years, right?
Okay.
When I moved back to Atlanta, I told myself, I said, man, I'm going to tailgate every game, because they didn't really tailgate in Miami. I was like talking to the locals, like, hey, y'all guys don't tailgate? Like, no, man, we got South Beach in our backyard. What we tailgating for? I was like, that makes sense. Okay, cool, whatever. So the year I came back home, I started tailgating, with a couple of friends of mine, saying, hey, man, we're going to tailgate, got food, got drinks. Just pull up. All right. This was the same year Super Bowl bound. So fast forward to the last game, we played Green Bay in the NFC Championship and in the Georgia Dome. Man, it went from like free to like, hey, everybody bring a bottle of $20 or something like that, because it was just crazy packed. So now, fast forward the next year, season opener was Green Bay again. So I was like, man, it's crazy. In the new stadium.
Yeah, the Sunday night game with the roof open.
And the first college game was Florida State in Alabama.
Alabama, yep.
Man, this is crazy. Looking at the schedule, national championship hosted in Atlanta. I was like, okay, cool. Fast forward, Georgia plays Bama in the national championship. I'm like, this is crazy, right? So now looking at the schedule, Super Bowl's coming to Atlanta. I said, this is unbelievable. Okay. Let me really sit down and kind of like figure out a business plan where I can kind of like capitalize on this.
I like that. You sat down, you thought about the business plan first before you just jumped in and just started throwing things around.
Yeah. So I looked at the Super Bowl schedule. Okay, Super Bowl's going to Atlanta. This can't be real. It's going to Miami after that. So like,
right around the corner.
After that, it's going to Tampa. So I'm like, man, it's going to be in the South for the next 3 years. I got to capitalize off of this. Right after that, the college national championship. Goes to Miami. Did it go to Tampa and New Orleans? I'm like, man, this is crazy. It's meant for me to do this, right? So basically, I just figured out a strategy where we can do other than just, barbecue and drinks and music and stuff. It was kind of like a small, I don't want to say pop-up shop or whatever, pop-up tent thing, but it kind of turned into that because I reached out to local vendors, local business owners, small business owners, and food vendors or whatever, and I said, hey, we're hosting this tailgate, but I want to do something different. I want you guys to do the food because I'm just going to make the event free. And they'll just come and pay you guys for food. I didn't have license to sell food and drinks. Okay. That's why everything's all inclusive. When it got to the point where it got so big, sponsors was looking at me like, hey, can I, showcase my beverages or whatever?
Oh, yeah. And Georgia big on brewery and all that stuff too as well.
So I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, free, whatever. Yeah, publicity for you and me. Yeah, come on out. And then it turned into something else. So the logo, let me go back. On my flyers, I was putting Atlanta Falcons and versus the Saints. I didn't know I couldn't do that. I knew I couldn't do that, but I didn't. You
didn't want to because you're trying to keep it.
Yeah. They're not gonna come look at me for a logo copyright infringement. Yeah, they did. I got a nice little email saying, "Hey, can you please take our name and logo off your flyers?" It's on Eventbrite. So I'm like, damn, NFL emailed me? That's crazy. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take my logo and just change the color scheme to every team's color. So I got every 32 team, including different organizations from Greek to whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Colors. Yeah. So I started branding the logo.
Okay.
So the branding and stuff came from a whole nother marketing strategy.
Okay.
That's where I start reaching out to other teams. During that time, the Falcons had a little slump after the Super Bowl. We started
heavy slump.
Yeah, so I was like, man, I'm losing money.
Yeah,
tailgates because people not showing up. So I reached out to a couple fan groups. I'm not gonna say their names, but they started showing love.
We respect that. Yep.
Yeah, they started showing love. So I was like, damn, let me start doing this fan group as well. But I never did represent my team because I didn't want to be biased.
Yeah.
So I'll just have the color schemes on. I want to have the jersey on, whatever. For the record, I am a Bulldog. For the record.
Go Dogs.
I only have on Florida State because of Dion. That's the only
we respect you, brother. No, we ain't called nothing out over here. We good, brother. We good, brother.
I'm red and black all day.
Always.
But, that's pretty much how Tailgate Party Committee started, man. It was just, I want to say it was blessing and it was luck at the same time because, my NFL team goes Super Bowl. Next year, my college team goes to the national championship. Super Bowl's in Atlanta. Then it's in Miami. It's like all these different things going on. I was like, man, this is meant to be. So that's
doing well. It's doing pretty well too. I see the pictures. I see the videos. I mean, you guys, for most tailgates, people having a big tailgate, they want to get at least 25 to 50 people. That's like, they'll be like, oh, if we can get 50 people, we're good. You guys bring in almost 100, 200 people. I heard about Dallas. I went to Dallas last year.
That was crazy.
They shut you guys down in Dallas.
Like they saw everything in Dallas. Once that inflatable went up, it was crazy. Well, I got to go back again.
Was it Dallas PD or Stadium PD that came over there?
I want to say both, man, to be honest with you.
Because I saw the video. My boy Vincent was there. He's live. And next thing you know, cops roll up. You guys had the big inflatable, the pub house.
The inflatable brought more attention to the tailgate as well. It wasn't just, I had a cool setup. It was like, what the hell is that big house?
The shit was damn near bigger than the AT&T Stadium.
People that followed me from the beginning know I had a huge white one at first.
Yeah.
It was down in the Gulch. I had a huge white one, like 4,000 square feet. Big old White House or whatever.
Yeah.
But it wasn't waterproof, so I sold it. Because, I wasn't bipolar, man. It might rain on us any day,
Yeah.
So I sold the white one, and I ended up buying these houses. I was like, these houses look dope. I could take the top off the roof off the house and everything. So I bought 3 of them, and those things like magnets to people that's out, in the parking lots. And Dallas thought it was a bouncy house. Because they couldn't see the inside. They just saw a big inflatable structure. And they pulled up on me like, hey, you can't have that. You can't have that. I'm like, it's a tent. It's a tent. I said, yeah, walk inside, man. Got food, DJs, all this stuff in there. So they walked inside. I was like, oh, damn, it is a tent. They radio, but it's a tent. Oh, it's a tent. But they had to call because they saw it from the surveillance system. They didn't see it like just driving by. Somebody from the camera said,
Jerry Jones caught it in from the top of the AT&T Stadium.
Said, somebody got a bouncy house in the parking lot. It's a liability. They got to take it down. I was like, no, it's not a bouncy house. It's a tent, man.
Yeah.
So when they came out and saw it, took pictures with it, they said, "Oh, it's cool. We played it back up, yada yada yada." In my head, thinking like, "Damn, Dallas never seen this before."
Never seen it before.
Nobody never saw it before. So
y'all like the first ones to ever do this, man. You gotta do it to a big platform too. Jacksonville. You guys were in Jacksonville last year. I saw you guys on the corner across the street from the stadium. What was that? I couldn't even park. I couldn't park. Y'all over there hosting a doggone festival on the corner.
I'm gonna tell you
right there outside the stadium.
A quick little hidden gem. The trick to it is location. Location means everything, right? So if you're right there off, I call it Ocean Drive. If you're right there on prime real estate, it doesn't really matter if you got an inflatable tent, if you got a pop-up tent or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're going to see you regardless, right?
Yeah.
So I just made it even, easier for them to see me with the inflatables, and then I added the video wall.
Mm-hmm.
So at first the TVs was cool, and I had the 80 inches and all that. But that sun come out, you can't see jack.
Yeah.
That glare from the sun messes up everything, no matter how big your TV is.
Yeah.
So I said, man, I got to invest in something else because I got all these people out here. They can't see in the back,
Yeah.
We got the sound and all the big speakers and stuff, but they want to watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? Let me get this an LED wall. Nobody has this out in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
how's it been working so far now? Is it working better now with your new setup?
Oh yeah, the video wall is. It's a jumbotron. It's not the big halo in the stadium, but it's like about 15 by 8 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So you good for about a good 1,200 people easily.
Ooh,
look at it. Yeah,
1,200 people. So just going over real quick, we're getting ready to wrap up here for the One Time for the Fan show. Good talking to you, man. This is what I like with the Falcon Fan Talks. But with the Tailgate Party Committee, upcoming events, November the 11th, you got your location. You're good. You're ready for that day. That's going to be a big day. If the weather's fine, Falcons, Saints, that's always a big... You know what the NFL did week 1? They're trying to sell tickets. They put division games on, LA Rams versus the Bills. Like, these are big matchups that's going to sell and put some ratings on the board. So November the 11th, Falcons, Saints, you guys are ready to go. What other big events can we look for with the Tailgate Party Committee? Do you guys do are you guys doing any Georgia games this year?
Glad you asked that. So the first Georgia game is in Atlanta.
Georgia, Oregon.
3rd. They play in Oregon for the Chick-fil-A kickoff game, whatever.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to be in that same area. Our lot is always going to be right in front of the stadium.
Okay.
So when we post the address is so crazy because when they built the stadium and moved stuff around, you can put like 56 MLK Street, but it just take you down the road.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of like really look at the pictures and the map, the Google Map area, and just kind of use your common sense a little bit and say, hey, well, no, it can't be that way because that's downtown.
Yeah.
Let me go the opposite direction because the maps or the addresses will kind of trick you and take you different directions.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of do the Google Map thing and whatever and make sure it's visual for everybody to get.
Yeah.
But first game is Georgia, Oregon, and then that same week, Falcons home game opener, and then we go on the road to I want to say we'll go on the road to
some college games or something going on at that time.
Yeah, we got a lot of college games.
Because the Falcons go on the road week 2 and week 3. They go to LA and Seattle. So I know that week. I'm guessing you guys would have something planned around that time too.
I teamed up with Thomas the Rise Up tour.
That's good.
So we do a couple of events. We're going to Carolina for that Thursday night game.
Nice.
We'll be in Tampa, of course. I'm trying to work my way down to New Orleans, but the way they set up down there is kind of like...
Their tailgate setup is real crazy inside that little city. Their park area, the buildings and stuff is real crazy. And they really only like the Saints fans to be in that little area. They trip.
I forgot to tell you. So the first 2 games will be filmed by Netflix. So yeah. So check this out. So we got,
shout out Netflix.
So check this out. So we got.
If you need somebody to be on Netflix, let me know.
This film crew had called me, right? It was like, hey, we want to film the SEC championship when Georgia played Bama.
Okay.
I'm thinking like, nah, send me an email. Who is this?
Not on no phone call. I got to see it. Yeah, I got to see it.
So when they emailed me, I saw the letterhead. Oh, that is ESPN. Okay. Some corresponding with the guy, through via email or whatever. We finally met, we talked, showed them what I was going to do, set up, yada, yada, yada. ESPN came out with the crew dog, with the boom mics, and all the backpack gear. I said, yo, they set the tailgate to a whole other level, right?
Yeah.
We announced that ESPN's in the house, they're filming this. Come to find out, they were shooting a commercial for the national championship. Ironically, Georgia and Bama playing again in the national championship, right? So they aired that commercial. The guy that was in charge of the crew or whatever was like, yo, we walked around every tailgate out here. Nobody's doing this. We've been all over the country tailgating. Nobody's doing this in the whole country, dude.
Yeah.
He said, have you ever thought about doing a docuseries? I was like, I thought about it, but I didn't know how to start.
Yeah.
He was like, listen, I'm gonna call some people and see if they can pitch this to Netflix for a docuseries.
Nice.
Called me back. He was like, yo, August 27th, we want to start filming you guys. It's leading up to that week of the game.
The Georgia game and the Falcons game.
Yeah. So we expecting some big things, man. It's been a lot of blessings on blessings. And we survived through COVID because we've been outside anyway the whole time.
That's true. You know how Atlanta is.
So COVID was a blessing and a curse for us too, because no fans wasn't inside the stadium, so they was like, hell, we got a tailgate.
Yeah.
No choice.
I've been to some cities where, like, I go to New Orleans a lot. I go to a lot of these away games. But when I go to New Orleans in the past, sometimes I don't feel like going in the game. I might go catch a tailgate. I might go to Razoo's and watch it. I might stay in my damn hotel and watch it. But, past 2 years, I went inside the stadium when they opened up due to COVID. I mean, but fans do come from out of town to come to different cities to tailgate. And like you just said, if nobody's doing it like you guys, the network and it will just get out more and more.
Hey,
people start finding out about you guys.
Crazy, bro. The food spread, we got crab legs, shrimp, lamb chops. We doing stuff like that, man, which is crazy. I got a guy out in Savannah, man. He's like the barbecue seafood god, dude. I don't know where he get his food from, but he comes in with just U-Haul trucks of food. You know what I'm saying? He cooks everything right there, man. I'm talking like.
So do you guys go off of like the game as well when it comes to food? Like the Saints, they're big on seafood. Do you guys have cater more to seafood that event?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're playing. We try to do a little cater to their fan, because we don't just do Falcon tailgates. To be honest with you.
Yeah, you do a lot of tailgates. You guys open up.
We do everybody, but I like to specialize in my people, in my Falcon people world.
Okay.
But the thing about it is, man, it's kind of hard because, like you said earlier, it's like a lot of tailgates going on. So people probably either know about us, they never heard of us or whatever, or they got their own thing going on, which is cool. But I try to get everybody to understand, like, listen, you can still tailgate with our crew. The lot that we have is so big, but it's like 40,000 square feet. Yeah. And it's gated. And it's, we got security and everything. It's like a little club outside.
But in that little range, that little parking lot you guys speak of, you guys are the biggest one in that parking lot.
Yeah.
Of course. But of course, and you can be bigger than that if you had a bigger spot, right?
The bigger spot is like 200,000, something crazy like that. It's Morris Brown's old dormitory. Yeah. Yeah, which is owned by the church across the street, that New Friendship Baptist Church.
Yeah, on the corner of Northside.
Yeah, they bought all that land out, man. So I'm real cool with the owners and people that operate it, and they just see our vision. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it's not even really about the money; it's about just the brand and then the fellowship. So we give kickback to people. You know what I'm saying? We do all kind of things behind doors. So it's more than just we trying to make money and just party.
I noticed that too, especially when you guys post and talk about your events. You have a Juneteenth event coming up too as well. That's gonna be big.
We partnered up with Savoy.
You guys partied up with Savoy now, so you guys are working with them. So you guys are gonna have like a nice little kickback celebration, give back to it. It's like a community thing as well, correct?
Yeah.
I also see you guys are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Arizona. I missed it this year. I was short staffed because we came back from Indianapolis.
Okay.
For that national championship, which I'm never going there again when it's cold. Nobody told me it's going to be negative.
I only want that sounds like a whole nother show right there. I can only imagine, man. First of all, Georgia winning it, you being a Georgia fan, you trying to plan this, go out there, do the event, and really watch the game because it's Georgia. And
I remind you, I drove to Dallas. I drive everywhere. I'm not really big on flying.
You like road trips? I'm the same way.
Yeah, but that ride to Indianapolis in that cold was no joke. Bro.
Are you ready for the ride to Phoenix?
I'm not. I'm gonna have to. Depends on who goes to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's us.
Yeah.
What I'll do is just ship everything out previously. You know what I'm saying? And then just rent equipment or whatever from down there.
Okay.
Do it that way. But Super Bowl in Arizona is not the mothership though. The mothership is Vegas. Hold
on. Right now. Vegas.
I'm on Vegas right now, bro.
What's going on in Vegas? What's going on here?
Vegas.
Wait a minute. The Super Bowl's in Vegas.
It's in Arizona this season. It's in Vegas next season.
Next year.
I'm already on Vegas right now. When I tell you, man,
there's so much room in Vegas for you to do what you want to do there too, as well.
Exactly.
You'd have to plan and get your spot right now.
I'm already on it.
Oh my gosh, bro!
2 years already.
I gotta salute you for this with the Tailgate Party Committee. I've never been to the Tailgate Party Committee's tailgate because I'm usually in the Home Depot backyard. I run around. If I show up late, I might just go in the game. But this season, especially September the 11th, I'm heading out there to the Tailgate Party Committee. Of course, I'm gonna have a camera with me. I gotta get some footage.
Yeah, man. See what y'all got. I could talk about this all day because there's so much stuff that went on before we was even Tailgate Party Committee. We went viral, 20 million views, didn't even know it. I don't know if you've seen the infamous video of this guy dancing. It was a Florida-Georgia game. We always do the swag and circle. It's like our little traditional song we always do, right? And there was this guy out there that was dancing, getting ready to do this.
One time for the fans, shout out to everybody in the chat, shout out to everybody in the stream. I don't know if Lee's still here with us.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Here you go.
Yeah, so the guy was doing the swag and surf dance or whatever, and then he just took it to a whole nother stratosphere with his moves, man. That video took us viral, but we didn't have anything that showed that it was Tailgate Party Committee. It was just like a bunch of guys that was dancing.
Yeah.
This video, I don't know if you can see this video.
Yeah, I see him. Swag surfing, blue shirt, white pants.
That video went 20 million views, bro. We didn't even know it. Nobody knew that was us.
And what location is this at the time? Where is this?
This was in Jacksonville for the Georgia-Florida game.
Oh, the biggest cocktail party in the South.
Yeah.
So you guys really go to? Oh, you guys do Georgia, Florida?
What? Man,
come on, Lee.
Man, dude went all the way ham, man.
Oh my gosh, y'all do Georgia, Florida. Oh, we finna have a good time this year because every time I normally go to Georgia, Florida. If I don't go to the game, it's hard to find tailgates. I don't just want to walk up on college kids' tailgates. Hey man, let me get a burger. Hey, let me drink with y'all. I just go my way and just keep wherever I need to go. I just keep going. But if y'all gonna be down there this year,
tailgate is different. Every tailgate is different. Depends on the environment. Like I said, Miami, Super Bowl Miami. I wasn't nowhere near the stadium. I was on the beach. And we took over the whole. It was like I don't know if
it was raining a little bit that day too, right?
Huh?
It was raining a little bit that day too.
It rained that night. That night before. But you know, you're on the beach, so that sand and water just absorbs or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, we did tailgates on the beach, man. We did tailgates on top of parking decks. We did tailgates in different places, you know.
You guys have a lot going on. I'm proud of y'all.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You do a lot, not only for the community, you're doing a lot, not only for the Falcon fan base, but for other fans. You guys, like you guys said, you guys go to Georgia, Florida games. If there's another college football game, the Juneteenth event coming up, the Tailgate Party Committee is going to keep rolling, and they're going to do great things. And Lee, please feel free to come back to the One Time for the Fan Show to tell us about anything you got coming up. The Netflix series. I might even catch me a cameo, man. You never know, I might be in the back, man. You know.
Follow us on Tailgate Party Committee on all platforms. YouTube.
Say it again.
I said follow us on Tailgate Party Committee at all platforms. YouTube, Snapchat, IG, obviously Facebook. Everything is the same. Tailgate Party Committee. That's COMMITTEE. Because people spell committee wrong sometimes.
That's true. That autocorrect might hit them on that Apple. You never know what's happening.
The website, everything is all the same. You just type in Tailgate Party, I guarantee you probably pop up on your engine feed.
YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, soon to be Netflix. Let's hope that it gets bigger than that.
Yeah. So it's all about the footage. They get good footage, and you know, I got a feeling that it's gonna probably take off because everything's on Netflix. You got guys redoing cars, you got sugar cookie contests, you got all kinds of stuff.
They got this Border Patrol show. I be watching the hell out of that show.
The closest thing to us on Netflix would probably be Last Chance U.
But they don't have no tailgate shows on Netflix. Like full on tailgates
on no platform. There's nothing with tailgating on anything.
Oh man, so this is another first for you guys.
You might see like a school that says I don't know, LSU tailgates or Georgia tailgate party, but as far as an actual series showing from front to back how it starts, you know, even from just going shopping, it's the whole experience. Going to Sam's and people looking at you like, he had 100 cases of beer. Where's the party?
That's what's up, man. And of course, Falcons Saints, November the 11th. Falcons Carolina, the Thursday night game. Cincinnati, I heard talks about that. Have you planned on seeing about Cincinnati?
The plan is to do Cincinnati, but I think that there's a company that wants to hire us to do some tailgate in Baltimore. We do play B-more.
Yeah.
So B-more shows us love too sometimes. So
Baltimore and Washington's on the schedule this year.
So love. But I don't know what it is with the bird games, man. Like from your Arizonas to your Ravens, to your Seattle's, all the bird game teams really show love. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if they do to give you guys, more of a platform to show what you guys can do, give them all the respect, man, because you guys are doing a great job, bro. I'm going to be out there.
Fans to get on deck, man. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be done talking.
Yeah.
I am highly disappointed in our fan base when it comes to tailgating because the other team shows up and none of our people show up. And I'm like, I try to give us the red carpet. I try not to show favoritism by wearing our colors all the time.
Yeah.
So they don't know, it's a Falcon tailgate, guys. Nah, it's a Tailgate Party Committee tailgate. But they don't know that I'm a diehard Falcon fan. I got this on my arm, bro. I really do this. You know what I'm saying?
I know there's a lot of fans probably who thinks about that too. They walk up to a tailgate, they see a bunch of Saints fans. They don't know who's running it, who's operating it, and they're scared to talk to the person who's running it. They can see people sitting down.
Show up in numbers, I'm going to be so mad. I might shut it down.
Well, we know they're coming from out of town. You know they're going to show up. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm a Falcon fan, but the Saints travel well when it comes to the NFC South games. But Lee, I thank you, brother. I appreciate everything that you've done here to help out with the One Time for the Fan show. Telling us about the Tailgate Party Committee, your thoughts, your views on the Atlanta Falcons. We hope the Falcons can sneak into the playoffs this year and make it to Arizona so that way you can be there to do it like you did last year. Support the Bulldogs in Indy and host the tailgate, same as in Arizona. Support the Falcons in the Dome as they go beat whoever they're playing in the AFC, and you guys are outside tailgating. That would be amazing. But Lee, we're getting ready to wrap up the show here. I thank you for everything. Once again, how can we reach you, brother?
You can reach me at tailgatepartycommittee.com on all platforms. Or just follow me on IG, not IG, follow me on Facebook, Lee Thomas.
There it is. We got some things going on with the Rise Up Tour this season. Lee Thomas, I appreciate you for everything you've done, brother. We're going to get up with you soon, and I'll send you a message shortly, bro.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. Always. Shout out to Lee Thomas from the Tailgate Party Committee. Checked in with us here at One Time for the Fan show. You never know who's going to be on One Time for the Fan show. Just know that the One Time for the Fan show will always be here every Wednesday, every Sunday at 8 o'clock. We got a chance to speak about Carlo Jimenez with the Pac-12 network. He was able to I pretty much gave the update of what Carlos said from Wednesday's show about Drake London being a really good wide receiver, somebody who's going to bring a lot of talent to the NFC South and pretty much going to lead the Falcons in receptions or receiving yards this season because the Falcons need somebody to go to. They need a leader in that locker room for a wide receiver, and Drake London can be that guy. But we also talked about Dave Ragone, some of the comments that he said about the offense getting better this season, opening up the playbook, talking about defenses won't know what's coming this season. And I'm excited to hear that because as Falcon fans, there's been a lot of play on the field where a defense lines up, we line up, as soon as we say height, sack, tackle for loss in the backfield, incomplete pass. Tired of that stuff. Of course, it happens in the NFL. We know it's going to happen. But I need to see the Falcons be more consistent. And if Dave Ragone says that the Atlanta Falcons are going to be much better this season, opening up the playbook, I'm with that. And I want to see that happen. Because we're Falcon fans. We want to see our team win. We talked about the OTAs, videos and pictures going around. Kyle Pitts, Richie Grant, AJ Terrell, Drake London. You know the videos the Falcons posted. It's just practice, folks. Just relax. It's just practice. Deion Jones, off-season shoulder injury. he won't be able to work out in the OTAs or the off-season camps that they have going on. Who knows when he'll be back? Hopefully it's by mid-July if the Falcons do decide to keep him. Seeing how the Falcons are going with more of a bigger physical run blitzing type linebackers. I don't know where Dion fits into this situation. Because if you're just that injured and can't make some of these tackles or, the blown coverages and stuff, then, the Falcons is going to see that you clearly cannot fit the scheme and they're going to make a move. And I guarantee you the Falcons do not care about no dead cap. You saw what we did with Matt Ryan with that $40 million. They don't care about no dead cap. So the $5 million or $10 million, whatever the dead cap situation is for Dion after June 1st, Falcons don't care. If they want to trade him, they want to get rid of him, they will do that. This is part of the rebuild. That's what happens when you rebuild. But yeah, the Falcons all season moves with releasing John Kaminsky. I'm sure Des Dallas is happy about that because Des Dallas had no idea John Kaminsky played for the Atlanta Falcons. A lot of Falcon fans didn't know John Kaminsky played for the Atlanta Falcons because when he was on the field, John Kaminsky didn't do much. But he tried to do his best here. He's a Dan Quinn draft. It just didn't work out. But if the Falcons want to bring in a veteran pass rusher, maybe we can talk about that on Wednesday. I'd like for them to bring in a veteran pass rusher with the Kaminsky release. Falcons fan talk with Lee Thomas from the Tailgate Party Committee. They are doing big things here when it comes to the NFL tailgates, even college football tailgates. And they're doing some other things here in the community. So at Tailgate Party Committee on all social media network platforms, however you want to go about it, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. I believe it's tailgatepartycommittee.com too as well, or Lee Thomas on Facebook. We will post their information on One Time for the Fan Facebook page. But shout out to everybody who was in the chat today. Shout out to everybody who's been viewing the stream, all the subscribers, everybody who's been liking and sharing and commenting over the past few weeks for this season of One Time for the Fan. Upcoming events, Wednesday, we have another show. Bodie should be back. Oh, the game, Boston and Miami is in the second quarter? The second quarter? Oh, snap. Game. About to miss the game. Wednesday, Bodie should be back. Boo Man should be back. Des Dollars will probably be here too as well. We're going to have another show on Wednesday. We're going to talk Falcon football. Any updates that's happened between now and Wednesday for the Falcons, we will bring it to you here on One Time for the Fan. Also, remember, One Time for the Fan on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere you find One Time for the Fan. That's us. So go ahead and hit that like button, share, subscribe, follow. Friday, June 3rd, Atlanta Falcons, OTAs at the Benz. We will be there. One Time for the Fan will be there. We'll give you guys exclusive footage, coverage, going live, doing as best as we can to let the Falcon fans see what's going on with the Atlanta Falcons team as they train, practice, whatever they want to do. It's just going to be like a Falcons house party in a sense, man. They ain't gonna be doing too much out there. Whatever they do on the field will never be shown on camera or on film. They're not running no plays. It's just an opportunity for families and friends and everybody, season ticket holders, to come out and pretty much enjoy a house party seeing the Falcons. I'm sure the Dirty Bird Nest will be there. I'm sure they'll just try to treat it like a somewhat similar to a game day, have some of the restaurants open, some of the bars open too, but it's only from 1:30 to 3:30. We will be there from like 12. So I'll give you guys some access, some exclusive access for the Atlanta Falcons. So tune in Friday, June 3rd. June 12th. Got Eric Parker on the show. Super fan, diehard, season ticket holder, Eric Parker. If you don't know who Eric Parker is, you're going to find out June 12th. He's going to come in here and talk some Falcons football with us. But yeah, it's been an interesting show. It's only 1 hour, but we went over just a little bit tonight. Sorry for the technical difficulties of starting late, but we will be back on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Shout out to Des Dollars who joined in tonight on the chat. Shout out to Lee Thomas from the Tailgate Party Committee who joined in tonight as well. Shout out to the Rise Up Tour for tuning in. Chase, LaMarcus, Steve, everybody. I saw you guys in the chat. Hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit that share button anytime you see One Time for the Fan. It is time, folks. We're going to get up out of here. One time for the Atlanta Falcons. One time for Dez Dollars. One time for Lee Thomas from the Tailgate Party Committee. One time for Dave Rigoni, our offensive coordinator, who says, we're going to get better this season offensively. We're going to the plays that we're going to run, defenses don't know what's coming. Shout out to Arthur Smith. Shout out to Terry Fontenot, making these moves, making these adjustments to help us out as best as possible to make this team better. We want to believe, folks. We want to win. That's why we're Falcon fans. That's why we show up every Sunday. One time for the fans hitting the road. Shout out to the Rise Up Tour. One time for the Rise Up Tour. I'm your host, Jack Spade. I want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day. Y'all enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the week. Wednesday, we're back, 8 p.m. Friday, we're at the stadium, the Mercedes-Benz, to check out the Falcons practice. It's a great show, y'all. If y'all didn't catch it, go back, tune in, like button, share, subscribe, YouTube. I'm your host, Jack Spade. One time for the fan.